Alright, as you can see, it's 2:17 p.m. and 10/05/2013. As a result of me showing you this video picture of my cell phone. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm a targeted individual. This is showing you my tent locked up here.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Anyways, the reason why I decided to show those bicycles just now is because those are the kind of bicycles that ride by and say gang stalking. Now, I'm heading out to CBS, CBS, Radio Shack, and PetSmart. And so I'm going to be leaving this tent here erected while I'm gone. And I'm at the same place that I'm at when I made the video prediction yesterday morning. See that dead tree that's fallen? I've been at this area now for 10 full months. They set up some individuals about 200 feet away who were yelling gang stalking, gang stalk, gang stalker from a distance, along with laced threats like, why don't you come and steal our stuff? Or, why don't you call a cops on her? Even though they're supposed to be just hiking here too. Getting around me along all my routes and repeating gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking, gang stalk, gang stalk. Oh my God, weird, crazy gang stalk is their way to remind me that I'm a victim of this crime. Now, I have over 700 separate digital audio files proving that this is occurring. Some of them have already been uploaded on the internet. That's right, you can go to YouTube and type in Learning Disabled Woman Exposes Evidence of Gang Stalking. Learning Disabled Woman Exposes Flat Out Evidence. And you will be able to deduce easily that this is happening around me, concerning me. You can go to YouTube and type in gang stalking bullying on steroids to see that they literally had that individual gang stalked along all of his routes. He even says that I'm tired of it. He goes, I can't go play golf or ping pong or something like that without being harassed. And it even also shows that he's harassed at his own home by his neighbors, people who live next door. They set up individuals 200 feet away. Now, they set them freaks up to hike out over there within 2 weeks, okay, of me moving to this location. From a distance that was 40 miles away, and I was experiencing the same exact methods of harassment at my last hiking area. They didn't move anybody close by me in that last one because there was no way for them to move anybody because there was no room for it. But they did have individuals walk on the sidewalk and repeat gang stalking. That's right. Now, having individuals get up on the sidewalk and go by and say gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalk, and gang stalk, oh my God, and then periodically when they do that, they'll say, why don't you come and steal our stuff? They did the same thing at UCSD between the mid-June and early July of 2013. On 2 separate occasions, they had 2 separate individuals walk by me and say, gang stalker, why don't you go and steal our stuff? Now, I already know that it's one individual who's managing the same exact harassment. I don't know if it's one individual. I don't know how many of them there are. I suspect in order to get this type of feverish harassment crafted around me, concerning me on a daily basis, they're probably using more than one individual. Like probation officers, parole officers can be involved in this. I'm not on probation or parole for anything. I'm talking about people that are on probation and parole are told that if you do this for us, we'll be light on your fines or, you know, your probation costs or whatever. They're told where I'm at, and then they're told what to do around me once they go to the places I'm at. They know where I'm at as a result of the surveillance and tracking of me, even including using my cell phone as a GPS tracker, even as a microphone. That can be YouTubed and Googled, cell phone hacking and gang stalking. Now, you gotta just look at this realistically. In reality, common sense, inductive reasoning, deductive reasoning, analytical processing, and critical thinking all deduce the same thing. There is no way I can have 700 separate audio files of individuals getting around me every single day, everywhere that I have went, and constantly and continuously and repetitively repeat gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking, gang stalk, oh my God, gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking, oh my God, weird, crazy, gang stalk, in that way, literally in that way. That's, for one, that's peculiar behavior. Those words are not everyday common words. Gang stalker's not, okay, or gang stalking or gang stalk. Those are not common words. Now, when they're said back to back with other words, that is not normal language that everyday people use at all. Okay, but when they say it back to back with the other words, okay, you can tell that this is happening around me, concerning me overtly, deliberately, because it's happening in the same exact identical way everywhere I go. It's their way to make you feel stalked by sensitizing you to words, phrases, physical gestures, and even sounds, and even specific people. That's right. The individual they set up about 200 feet away has literally been caught at Rouse saying gang stalker right on video. Okay? But they believe that since the police are involved in this, which they are, they've been caught. You can go to YouTube and type in 2/20/13, and you'll hear an individual flat out admitting that a San Diego police officer by the name of Steve put him on the corner to engage in the gang stalking physical gestures. You gotta listen to the entire video all the way to the end. To the very end. That's right, because I say at the end of it, okay, bye guy, see you, bye. I go, see you later. I go, and don't put your hands to your face no more. That's because when I approached the corner he was on, I said, you guys are all the same, because they're subjecting me to the same harassment everywhere I go. That's right. You can also go to YouTube and type in Learning Disabled Woman Catches Gang Stalker Admitting Sent to Harass. Make sure you look at everything in the description of that YouTube video, because there's another video in the description of that YouTube video. Cross-reference published dates to what I was stating in the video that's in the description of that YouTube video to what the 3 teenagers admitted to on January 28, 2012 in reference to the published date of the YouTube video concerning what I was describing already putting up with along all my routes at a bus stop on December 5th, 2011. There's also another video that was made in November of 2011, me making that video, a video of me on a USD campus, stating I was putting up with the same exact thing on USD campus by library staff and students. So what's the likelihood of me making a video on USD campus in November 2011, me making another one on December 5th, 2011 at a location that's at least 20 miles away from USD at a 928 bus stop at Stonecrest Plaza? I made a video on December 5th, uploaded it on December 6th, and then on January 28, 2012, I catch 3 teenagers admitting to what was described in both videos. What's the likelihood of that occurring if this wasn't happening? But they just believe that since I already know the police are involved in this shit, you would not believe the evidence I got. It's undisputable. Hang on. Now, they're not anchoring threats that my property is going to be stolen for no reason. It's done to keep me tied up in the neural mental loop that it might get stolen, to keep me in a hyper-vigilant mode. Like, when I leave here to go do what I got to do, to go shopping, I got to worry about what's happening to my property when I'm gone. And that's done to keep me in a hyper-vigilant, fearful mode. That's right, that my property is going to be stolen. It's done to keep you in a constant neural mental loop about what's going to happen next. It's deliberately and intentionally created post-traumatic stress by anchoring a threat to gang stalking by them saying, gang stalker, why don't you go and steal her stuff? They put the idea in your head that something's going to happen, and they make sure it's associated to gang stalking by literally saying the word gang stalking and then anchoring it to the threat. Gang stalker, why don't you go and steal her stuff? And this is how they operate. It's an overt way to basically terrorize you, okay, to keep you in a hyper-vigilant mode that something's going to happen. And then when they do pull what they threaten to do, and the target calls the police come out and they'll gaslight you right to your face with the physical gestures, while telling you you can't get no help, you can't prove this person stole it or that person stole it, and by the way, what are you camping here for anyways? You got to leave. So the target lives in the effects of the crime, while the perpetrators get to walk, and nothing gets solved, because they're involved in it. That's right. And this is one of the reasons why I do what I do. I shouldn't have to be living this way. I'm hiking in California because I came here because gang stalking is going on in every state in the United States, and every targeted individual experiences I'd say anywhere between 92 and 98% of the same exact identical methods happening to them that's happening to the next target. Because gang stalking is not stalking by gangs. It's nothing but a template of protocols, methods, and tactics that they utilize against every target. Creating homelessness is one of their main objectives, and you'll discover that in your first day of researching this criminality. That's right. By getting landlords and property owners on board. Even by, if they need be, getting postal employees on board to steal or delay the rent. The creativeness of the homelessness is to put them out on the street for the continued expedition. That's right. Motivations being, but not limited to, racketeering of all forms, insurance fraud, finance co-opting, human trafficking. You would not believe what I know, and you better believe they know I know it. Now, cyber surveillance is another method of organized stalking and gang stalking. If I've uploaded evidence from this digital tape recorder that I'm wearing right now, that you can see, it's recording right now as I'm talking, they know that I have uploaded certain audio files of undisputable evidence. They know it, because cyber surveillance is a method of gang stalking, and when I upload the evidence from the tape recorder to the video file, and then upload the video file to the internet, they see that the information is coming from the tape recorder. which means the manager of this expedition knows that I'm wearing a tape recorder. So whenever they pull anything, whether it be at this hiking area, or at any store, or on my way to the stores, or back from the store back to the hiking area, or no matter where I'm at, UCSD, Law Library, any San Diego Public Library, any business, this hiking location, walking routes back and forth to any place I go, they believe when they pull something, the only thing that they have to worry about is making sure that they tailor what happens to me is made to look like it's happening because of normal apparent reasons, normal apparent mishaps, my fault, or if something goes wrong in reference to the incident as it's unfolding, they'll try and make it appear that the person that's bringing the problem against me is a troublemaker, a punk, possibly on something, a social deviant, or mentally ill, because they want to try and make it look that the things that are happening to me does not have purpose, intentional. Plausible deniability is what they're trying to convey, on police reports and to the witnesses that are witnessing the situation. And I'm not talking about the stage witnesses, I'm talking about the real witnesses that are actually observing what's going on. They got to make it look like what's happening to a target is happening because of normal appearing means and justified excuses. That's right, like using the property owner to come into me at this area after they dupe a neighbor to help them. Gang stalking, bullying, and steroids YouTube video literally flat out shows that they can get neighbors involved. That's right. They're literally gang stalking that guy to his home, getting up on his roof. If they gang stalk targets to their homes, their apartment buildings, to motel rooms, do you honestly think they're not going to gang stalk them to a hiking area? If they use property owners and landlords, which can be extensively Googled, do you honestly think that they don't know I'm here? They're harassing me here, so they obviously know I'm here, which means they know who owns this property. And since the individual who's managing this crap has a power position in the community, all he's got to do is make a phone call. Say, look, because they're very creative in their lies about targets. In order to motivate a property owner's cooperation, go to YouTube and type in "listen to a stranger." I got to go. I'm in San Diego County, San Diego, California. My name is Elsie Williams. I'm preparing to move from this area, okay? And the only reason why I've not actually, moved in reference to moving more things. In other words, if I wasn't being, right now I'm being reevaluated for my food stamps, which I only get $19 a month. Okay, and once that's over with, I'm really going to be starting to move my property from this area. I've sectioned out my property, okay, so I can make 4 identical kits. Take one kit to 3 separate hiking areas, and then the 4th one used as an emergency kit. That's right. That way, when they pull this shit, like they pulled on the 8th and 9th, which I haven't talked about yet and won't until after I move from this area, that way when they pull their shit at the next hiking area, I won't have to move everything I own all at once to another place, because they're going to gang stalk me to the next one. I have no doubt in my mind about it whatsoever. They gang stalked me to this one. The last hiking area I had was 40 miles away. 40 miles away. And guess who showed up? Guess who showed up on the very day, the very first day, when I came to this area? Okay, I brought some stuff here by piecemeal from the other hiking area. And then once I brought enough here to start camping out here, the day that I knew that I had enough here, I brought sleeping bags here, tents, tarps, weatherization sheets, and enough clothes. I was going to spend my first night here, okay? And then once I brought it all here, I went to Ralph's to get something to eat, and then was going to ride my bike back here, put the tent up, and then sleep here. Guess who appeared right before I pulled my bike into this area and then made a U-turn right in front of me? A San Diego police officer. Guess who I saw coming in and out of this area, going down and talking over to those guys over there about a month and a half ago? A San Diego police officer. That's right. My name is Elsie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. I make these videos to inform, to expose the truth. I have not lied in any of my videos about one thing. And I am not involved in any illegal or criminal activity. I'm not a threat to myself or others. And I am not mentally ill. Let's see what. Oh, and I'm not involved. Well, let's see. I always say this in all my videos, because there's 3 main things they try to label targets as: either being a threat to themselves or others, mentally ill, or involved in criminal activity. That's what those are the 3 main labels. Or can't take care of themselves because they're homeless but won't get out of it, even though they're gang stalked to their motel rooms, apartment buildings. They're gang stalked en masse. Like, that means when they're out and about in the community, everywhere they go, whether they be walking, public transportation, bicycle, or car. the only thing I can do is make these right now is make these videos to predict what they might do before they do it. Because if they continue to do things right out in the open, especially things that I predict, and then you compile that on the evidence I already got, what does that prove? It proves gross negligence of duty, because on over between 9 and 14 to maybe even 17 separate physical occasions, I requested to the San Diego police if they would make a police report that I'm being gang stalked, and they told me flat out to my face no each time. That's right, so every criminality that happens to me because of gang stalking, they can be legal culpable for. That's right. It's an extreme gross violation of my civil rights. Concerning the criminalities, it's called civil harassment, stalking, assault, threats of assault, making a person feel like they're in danger. That's right. Now, these criminal whores act like all they got to do is deny what they're doing. I don't think so, because 700 audio files do not lie. That's right. Alright, I gotta go. I'm in San Diego. I'm also going to see if I come home before I can move completely from this area, if any of my property is gone, including property that is sitting close by, out of sight. That's right, because they believe that all they have to do is steal something of mine, wait till I notice it. They believe I'll go over there and confront the assholes about it, stage a witness concerning it, because if they steal something, they know they stole it. They believe that I'll go over there to approach them concerning it, because he was already caught stealing one thing. He wasn't caught, but I know he did it because it was actually hidden over there. Okay? And then when I went over there to get it, it was gone. The day after I noticed that it was gone, one of them came over here and started chopping down some thin branches 1 foot away from where it was stolen. That's right. That's right. Now, if they're yelling gang stalking from a distance and why don't you come and steal their stuff, then they do that. What do you think he did that for? To let me know mentally that he was responsible for it. Organized stalking and gang stalking expeditions, what they do is anchor fear in your mind through association, which I've already talked about. They will associate people, they will associate threats, they will associate people to threats, and then they'll rub it in your face by representing the individual that they have used for it. That's right, because they want to keep you mentally preoccupied with what's happening to you. This is their way to make you feel victimized. This is how gang stalking operates, literally. Okay? Alright, now it's psychological operations. So we're going to see if any of my property is stolen. Them believing that would provoke me to go over there. I approach them. They then, watching the situation, get on their cell phone, because there's more than one of them over there. Okay? They get on their cell phone. Individuals close by in the hood. They get out of their car, act like they're just jogging or walking their dog or walking by, including a neighbor. They hear us arguing. They call the police. It's called a staged event. Tag team in street theater. It's how it operates. It literally is how it operates. I'm talking about literally. Or they'll get a neighbor from up there, or over across the street, or use multiple witnesses. If you don't think that they don't stage events and then stage the witness, I've already experienced it 3 times. 3 times. And when each incident went sideways on them, guess what they used as an excuse? They used the same exact excuse concerning what was happening to me. That the person who was doing it to me had already been witnessed bothering other people. Because they wanted to make it appear that these things are not just happening to me by those specific individuals they used on those days. They wanted to make it appear that the guy was just a punk. That he was bothering other people as well. So that doesn't look like it's purposely, with purpose and purposely happening to me. That's right. That's gang stalking. Because they want to make it appear. They cannot, because you got to also understand there's other witnesses in environments when they stage something as well. That's right. So they got to not only try and make it look like on this tape recorder that what's happening is because of normal appearing means, but they also got to try and influence the thinking of anybody that might be in the environment witnessing it. That's right. They don't want people to know the truth about me being gang stalked because of the evidence I got, which even ties all the way back to 2006. Alright, I gotta go. I'm in San Diego County, San Diego, California. Let's see if anything happens on any date in reference to any of my property here, in reference to me coming back on any date before I can completely move out of here, and a trespass notice is put on this tent. Or it's gone, or it's damaged, or any of my other property gone or damaged. Because they believe all they gotta do is provoke me, get me to go over there, or call the police even. Police gotta act like they don't know I'm here. That's right. You better believe it. Because then it'll show them stalking me here. They use targets against themselves by using the general psychology of a target. Think about this. What does a person do when they buy their home? And they have a garage? They make sure that garage is locked up every day. Why? Because they don't want people stealing their property. That's right. So they know the general psychology of everyday people. That's right. So what they do is form an association with this asshole over here by him saying, gang stalker, why don't you come and steal our stuff? That's right. And then when it gets stolen or damaged, they believe that will provoke me to go over there to him. Do you see how they operate? Because they want to wear you out mentally because of the emotional and mental duress that is produced from these expeditions. That's right. By taking just the general psychology of a person, of any individual, because every individual has a general psychology, which means that we all have things in common being human beings concerning how we think and feel about certain things, and then we have our own personal psychology concerning how I think as a person. That's right. They try to develop terror campaigns for both, and then they implement them through these means. Alright, I gotta go. I'm in San Diego, California, so I'm going to show you a video picture one more time on my cell phone. They're also using a motorcyclist to go by, and you would not believe how he's revving up his engine as he's going by. It was so loud the other morning that it literally felt like it was going to literally blast my eardrum off. Alright, now look at this. And noise campaigns are a method of gang stalking, and that can be Googled as well. So I'm showing you the time and the date in reference to my cell phone. And if anything happens, I don't care. See, I'm on a tape recorder. Let them try and deny that I fooled around with my tape recorder and tried to make it appear that see, because my tape recorder's got dividing capabilities in reference to how you can divide folders. I don't know how to do it, but I did notice it on the instruction pamphlet that it came with. I even lied about one thing, and it doesn't matter anyways, because I got over 700 separate audio files of harassment. That's right, you would not believe the proof I got. It's just undisputable. Okay, I literally got to stop talking. I appreciate you listening, and thank you, and have a nice day.